Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is William Johnson. I'm the Director of the Department of Transportation, and I'd like to thank our Mayor, Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, for being here with us today as we prepare to announce our preparedness for winter emergencies this season. I also want to thank representatives from the Departments of Public Works, Recreation, General Services, Fire, Health, the Office of Emergency Management, and all of the other agencies, coordinating agencies, who are here to announce the kickoff of our winter preparedness for this season. In addition, I'd like to thank our team of dedicated employees from the Department of Transportation, including Richard Hooper, Kenny Ching, Robert Branch, Damian Taylor, John Habbick, Charlie Baker, Adrian Barnes, and many others who have worked so hard since early this summer to prepare the city as we go into what we anticipate will be a challenging winter season. With the season being upon us, the city's proud to announce that we're ready to take on the challenges that winter presents each year. The Department of Transportation, along with the agencies represented here, are prepared to deliver prompt, efficient snow removal services. Since early summer, we've been working and coordinating, taking best practices from other cities and lessons learned from prior years to improve the service delivery to the citizens of Baltimore. We're prepared with over 15,000 tons of salt, over 300 city employees ready to coordinate, in addition to 174 contractor vehicles ready to go to work for the city. On top of that, we continue to look and seek other contractors who may have large trucks with plows and spreaders to be incorporated into and add to our team. We've worked hard to refine and improve the level of service that we're going to be providing this year, and new this winter we'll be launching our youth snow program, which the mayor is going to talk about in more detail in a few minutes. The initiative will provide services to our seniors and disabled while providing youth with the opportunities to go to work in their neighborhoods through the winter when school is out. I want to encourage all citizens to act now and be well prepared for the coming snow, to prepare yourselves. We're pleased to plan ahead for unpredictable weather and for the wintry drive and hazardous conditions that icy conditions can present for us. And with that, I'd like to introduce our Mayor, Stephanie Rawlings-Blake.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today as we announce that Baltimore City's snow team is ready for the winter weather. I want to thank the Department of Transportation Director, William Johnson, and the entire DOT team. They are a team of dedicated employees who are bringing us all together today and leading our crews during snow operations. I also want to thank my Director of Public Works, Mr. Rudy Chow, Ernest Burkeen, Director of Recreation and Parks, Steve Sharkey, Director of General Services, all of whom play key roles in keeping the city moving during snow operations. I want to extend sincere thanks to Assistant Chief Teresa Everett of the Baltimore City Fire Department and Brian, whose last name Bavard. Am I going to mess that up? Did I get it right? Beauvard, good, thank you. I should have practiced ahead of time with the Office of Emergency Management. Both of you, I'm grateful for your participation today. As many of you have heard, the Farmer's Almanac has predicted a harsh winter season this year for the Baltimore metropolitan region. Several years ago, we faced unprecedented snow amounts, and we were hit with back-to-back blizzards. We also have weathered several hurricanes, destructive derecho, all kinds of weather mess in this city. And since that time, we've worked very hard to be ready for any type of emergency situation. We are fully prepared for this year's winter season. Our snow team, comprised of the Department of Transportation, Department of Public Works, Recreation and Parks, General Services, all are geared up for the winter weather ahead. We've worked hard to examine operations and to improve the level of service that we're able to provide to the citizens of Baltimore. We've analyzed our snow protocols and identified how to better allocate resources to improve operation. We strive every day to be not only more effective, but also more efficient. With a snow budget of $2.9 million, the city's snow removal program includes over 300 essential personnel, 280 pieces of city and contractor equipment, and over 15,000 tons of salt. Our equipment has been checked, and it is ready for the snow. Our operators have been trained, and they're fully prepared for the upcoming winter season. We've worked hard to enhance the effectiveness of our snow protocols, and we're pleased to announce that we are here to encourage our citizens to get prepared as well. During this winter season, we need our citizens to be ready. We ask for your full cooperation, whether you're a motorist or resident alike, in order for us to be successful in clearing the streets. We can have all the equipment that we want to have. But if we don't have cooperation from the residents, we're not going to be able to get the job done. Citizens should plan ahead to assemble their emergency kits for both their home and for your vehicle. During the winter storm, we highly advise that citizens do not travel, and when we have a snow emergency, that you not travel and remain indoors. While crews are treating the city roadways, any vehicle that becomes disabled will obstruct the movement of snow plows and hinder our snow removal efforts. I'm sure that the memory of just abandoned cars all over the city is not that far out of your memory, that you don't understand the importance of that message, that we don't want you to drive in the snow if your car is not prepared for it, and if you can't get off to the side of the road, because all that does is prevent us from being able to serve our citizens. Citizens who must travel during a snowstorm should take precautions and be well prepared before driving. Motorists should allow additional travel time and maintain safe following distances. Drivers should never attempt to pass other vehicles or snow removal equipment while traveling through a storm. Motorists should also be familiar with the city's snow emergency plan and know if any emergency phases are in effect before heading out on the roadways. When Phase 1 of the snow emergency plan is in effect, all vehicles are required to have snow tires, all-weather radials, or chains while traveling on city streets. During Phase 2, vehicles must have snow tires, all-weather radials, or chains, and parking will be restricted along designated snow emergency routes. Motorists should pay close attention to posted signs along these designated routes and adhere to parking restrictions while they're in effect. In the event of extreme weather conditions, Phase 3 of the snow emergency plan will be implemented, which permits only emergency vehicles on the city roadways. We hope that this does not happen again. We ask our citizens to tune in to the local news, and I want to thank all of the news stations who are here with us today. Or you can also log on to the city's snow page at snow.baltimorecity.gov for updated information during inclement weather. Residents, don't forget, you can also call 311 for assistance. And new this season, we're excited to launch, as Mr. Johnson described, our Youth Snow Program, which will benefit senior citizens and students, city students in communities throughout Baltimore. This new program will link student workers with senior citizens who need assistance with clearing snow from their public sidewalks. During a winter storm, student workers will shovel snow from the public right-of-ways of elderly residents who live in their communities. Students will be deployed to work on days when schools are closed due to the inclement weather. Youth workers will shovel the public sidewalks of elderly residents between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. They will be deployed to do their assigned locations using a smartphone application on their cell phones. As part of this new initiative, students will receive several hours of safety training, along with gloves, vests, and a snow shovel. Students will receive a stipend for their efforts, and seniors will benefit from this free service. This is a great initiative to help our elderly residents while providing a unique opportunity for our young people to work. In closing, we all need to be prepared for the winter season ahead. I hope that you will take the necessary precautions to prepare for a safe winter season. And with that, I want to bring up the Director of Public Works, who's going to discuss DPW's preparation status, Director Rudy Chow. Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good afternoon. The City of Baltimore's Department of Public Works works closely with the Department of Transportation in terms of snow removals. The department will continue its normal operations, providing services to our citizens, including trash removal and water production to the Baltimore region. Bad weather can create challenges for all of us. And last winter was exceptionally cold, causing water mains to break and water meter and services to freeze. I'd like to offer a few advices to our citizens in case there is a repeat of the severe weather like last year. 1, always keep a few days worth of bottled water on hand. This becomes essential if your pipe freezes and or if there's a broken water main in your neighborhood or during power outages where our pumping station is interrupted. Number 2, keep your water service line from freezing. Well, we discovered many of the frozen services line last year that froze because the fact that the meter pit and the water service were actually shallow, and what that means is they were installed above the frost line. The frost line in this area is about 4 feet. So when temperature remains low for a prolonged period of time, we recommend that you keep a thin stream of water running from a faucet in the lowest level of your home. This should be about the size of a pencil lead. Number 3, turn off valves to your external faucets. Make sure you drain the line once you isolate the valves. And of course, the meters. The meter that serve your home is score at the bottom. So that's just a sample of it. You can see there's a score there. So this meter is designed to be the weak link in your service line. So when the temperature drops and there's freezing occurring, the frost plate at the bottom of the meter will burst open first instead of breaking up your service line. Now, I want to remind the homeowners that you are responsible for making repairs to the private side of the service line. Last year, the city began a partnership with the HomeServe USA to provide additional, what we call an optional program to our citizens. This is a low-cost water and sewer line service protection for Baltimore City's homeowners. This is something everyone should consider purchasing. Learn more about at baltimoreservicerepairs.com. Please pay attention to local TV and radio news should there be any changes to our services due to severe weather condition. We will also post information on the city website and on social media, including Twitter, Nextdoor, and Facebook. In closing, I'd like to offer giving a word of caution. DPW crews do not come to your home unless you call us. Over the weekend, there was an incident where people posed as a water department employee staging a home invasion. This is done in the pretense that they need to check the residents' water service lines. I repeat, Department of Public Works workers, employees will not come to your home and ask to come inside unless you called us first. Do not let any strangers into your home. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Brian Bouvier of the Mayor's Office of Emergency Management. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this year, we were pleased to announce in conjunction with all of the partners here today that Baltimore City was designated as a storm-ready community by the National Weather Service. And we're urging all of our citizens to take the lead and join us in preparedness for any harsh winter weather. And there's a few easy steps that residents can take in order to be ready for any type of harsh winter weather. The first thing is preparing an emergency kit. And this kit is a basic kit that consists of a flashlight, battery-powered radio that is portable, and water, enough water for everybody in the home. And that amount is recommended at 1 gallon of water per day per person in the home. Some of the other things that residents can do to prepare for any winter weather is to tune into local TV and radio broadcasts for any emergency weather information. Residents are also urged to bring pets indoors, check on any elderly neighbors or people with disabilities. Once a storm hits or we have harsh weather, there's also some things that residents can do to assist the city in providing services. The first one being be patient when calling for services, especially right after a storm. All of our services are certainly tied up trying to correct all of the conditions that result from the storm. We ask that all requests for services, for city services, be through 311, and that 911 only be used for emergencies. In addition, residents can also, at that time, tune into radio and television to get real-time updates from city officials regarding any actions that we are requesting. And finally, we urge all residents during any time of winter weather to use caution. And with that, I would like to announce the Assistant Chief of the Baltimore City Fire Department, Ms. Teresa Everett.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Mayor, for allowing us to be a part of this forum today. I'm going to be brief, but I will start by saying, in any weather condition, the Baltimore City Fire Department stands ready to assist. And in winter weather conditions, we also need the community to work with us to make sure that our services are able to be shared and shared promptly with all the citizens of Baltimore. I'm going to share a few 3 C's that I like to term them for winter preparedness: children, cold weather, and cooking. With the first C, with children, under no circumstances should young children be left home alone or left in cars. Children always require supervision. The last thing that we hate to respond to is a home where children have been left alone and they've been left unsupervised and have exposed themselves to dangerous conditions. So number 1, children. Number 2, cold weather conditions. Cold weather conditions cause people to make independent and sometimes strange decisions on how they're going to heat their homes. I'm sure all of you can think of a few that are probably not acceptable, but are equally as dangerous. When you're heating your home, make sure your heating source remains at least 3 feet away from anything that could catch on fire. Again, never leave children home alone with exposed heating sources. When working with your children, you want to do the following. Make sure that your children, number 1, know their own names, know their addresses, know the name of an adult, and know how to properly use 911. In cold weather, we ask that you also consider obtaining a carbon monoxide detector. The fire department does not provide them free. However, you can contact us for information on to how to properly install one. Smoke detectors are also available through the calling of 311 through our system. We will come out quickly, promptly, and install a free smoke alarm in your home. For cold weather, we ask that you be mindful that the use of a carbon monoxide detector is extremely useful, and it helps you. The carbon monoxide detects a gas that is odorless and colorless that can cause you great harm and great danger if you breathe too much of it. So we ask you, make sure that you have a properly installed carbon monoxide detector and smoke alarm in your home. Additionally, for assisting with the fire department, we ask that you shovel the snow away from hydrants. Also keep in mind, and I'm pleased to hear about the new initiative from the mayor's office where young people will be used to clear walkways. Always remember, if you can't get out, we can't get in, at least not get in quickly. So we ask that you utilize the services to make sure that your walkways are cleared so that we can get to you quickly and safely to provide services when you call upon us. So again, the 3 C's, children, cooking, and cold weather. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Everett. Madam Mayor, I think this concludes today's announcement.